Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for quarter 3 of 2023. This is going to be for July through September. We're just going to jump right in here, Scorpio. And sorry, I need another good shuffle on that deck there. And then we'll get started. You have this May card, and you have this Tree card that says affairs with your family. I'm actually going to pull another card because of that monthly card. You have this Nest card. It says emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. So a lot of you could be or have been thinking about family or having a family. Is kind of like what I feel here for some of you. Obviously, it's not going to be true for all of you. You are clearly could be healing from a stabbed in the back type of situation. You know, it's not accurate tarot. I'm going to take all three of these because they kind of all three of those cards wanted to come out. But what I would say is I kind of sometimes look at the Ten of Swords as very similar to the Tower. And so, you know, to me, it's a good thing that we have the Star here because it says you're healing from a Tower moment, or you're healing from like a disappointment, clearly with the Ten of Swords going on here. Some of you, I feel like you missed out on something, but you actually didn't. It's right here. It's popping into my head, like literally the words missing out on something are popping into my head. It's like you feel like you missed out on the Ten of Pentacles, but I actually feel like you haven't. So, you know, whatever the Ten of Pentacles is for you, the Ten of Pentacles is leaving a legacy, which means something different for everyone. You know, that could be you making a bunch of money, or it could be like you building a family and making a bunch of money, or, you know, it could be just anything, whatever the hell you want, right? So I feel that a lot of you, it's like, I wouldn't really say you're getting a second chance to have something you want. I don't think that's the right word. I think you are being given the opportunity to build your Ten of Pentacles at this time. You have the Knight of Swords. I definitely feel that if this was love, for example, I feel like you were dealing with a person that you feel, I feel like you feel that this person made a hasty decision, and I'm not saying they didn't. But again, I definitely feel you could have dealt with a person that you think that did you dirty or that stabbed you in the back here, and I feel they just ran away from a situation going this way. What I love about this reading is that you are facing towards the future. And so, you know, this is putting you in a good position. Yes, you have the Five of Pentacles here, but the Five of Pentacles is showing up in the row of the good stuff, which is going to represent, you know, good things coming into your life no matter what. So I really feel you're coming out of the cold. You are choosing yourself no matter how much this sucks, right? You have the Ten of Swords here. So again, something dead, done, over with. It was probably a blessing. He's making the symbol right here with his hand, and it's the same symbol that's on the Hierophant, and it represents a blessing. So, you know, the Ten of Swords can represent a blessing in disguise. Also, going this way here, you go Page of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. So I would definitely say that there's probably a new person coming in for you. Page of Pentacles to me would be like a new admirer, a new communication. Definitely could be an earth sign. You have, you know, a ton of earth right here. So it could be an earth sign, but could be any sign. Take it how it resonates. You have the Star card. Star is like a wish fulfillment. She's pouring water, you know, into that. She's pouring, you know, water into that water there. That's the pool of universal consciousness, and you see those ripples that are kind of going out on the water here. It's like the universe, I really feel like the universe has heard you. Like, you know, if you've been, you know, maybe you thought you were going to be with a person, you're going to marry them, and it didn't work out, or they stabbed you in the back or whatever. I feel like the universe is bringing you something really great. The weird thing is, every single reading I've been doing for you, Scorpio, is this right here. I feel like you could be attracting a person who has been through something very similar to you. And the story I always get for you is that you're attracting someone who, it's like they were meant for someone else. Maybe you were meant to be with this person. Maybe in the back of your mind, you think you're going crazy because you're like, I really felt like I was supposed to be with this person. I don't think you are going crazy. I think and rarely would I say that because, you know, I think that people think that, you know, their significant other is like so special when they're really not. I'm not hating either, but, you know, it's like sometimes I think people think like, oh, this was my twin flame or whatever, but it really wasn't. But in this situation, I don't think it's a twin flame or anything, but I think maybe you were meant to be with this person and they like broke the contract, so to speak, or whatever. And it's like you could be attracting a person where it's like their person also did the same thing. And I would say definitely if it's an earth sign, then this is definitely going to be true for you. But, you know, let's see. I'm using the Oracle of the Radiant Sun, by the way, to clarify. With the Knight of Swords, you have this Generosity card. I feel like there's a very generous person coming in for you. But what's really annoying is if this person broke up with you, I feel like they acted like they were doing you some sort of big favor. It's like I don't really have a good example for you. But it's like, I don't know. It's like you ever have a person who's like, oh, you deserve to, have XYZ in a relationship, something I can't give you. And it's like, well, okay, no, you're just lazy and not willing to put in the work. So like you're just saying words right now. And, I kind of feel like you dealt with a person like that. With the Ten of Swords, you have this resourcefulness card. I mean, it's so boring. Like I say this every single reading. It's like going this way, Queen of Pentacles, card of resourcefulness. We have to be resourceful right now. We're not going to have the resources. You want to do something, you're going to have to find the resources to do it. It's just the time we're in. So it's like if you want to do something, chances are, you're not going to have the money to start a business. You're not going to have the money you need to move or whatever. So what do we need to do? We need to get started anyway, and we need to do it anyway. And people say, how? Without money. I'm like, well, once you get started, the universe will move out of the way. So we are in a time of resourcefulness. The other thing is as I say to people, like if you have like $1 billion in the bank account, I wouldn't be spending it, right? I would be holding on to it, doing a lot of research at this time. I think that we're in a time where people will become, I guarantee you over the next 20 years, we'll see the first trillionaire. We're almost there, right? I think people will make more money than ever. And I feel like there will be more money available than ever. But again, you're going to have to be resourceful. You're going to have to look for opportunities, do your research, all that other good stuff. With the star, you have this exaltation card. I really like this card. And, I really like the star, especially, everybody gets a star nowadays because next year we have Pluto going into Aquarius. It's already been there, but it's retrograding into Capricorn right now. And, what I would say is that Pluto and Aquarius energy is kind of like the star card. We need to focus on the collective. We need to make sure we're being an inspiration to the people around us. And, if we do that, we will be very successful. This card is like saying that you are being divinely guided to do those things. Next, all three of these cards want to come out there. It's kind of weird. I tried to put this one back, and it just didn't want to kind of go back, so I decided to take it. You have this Badger Spirit. It says, be fearless, be bold. That's the other thing I think we really need to focus on. It's like, you don't have it, but you have this card. Everybody gets, like, the Queen of Wands, for example, and so, I think that we are in a time where it's like squeaky wheel gets a grease. Like, we have to, really put in the work into the things we want. You have this Fox Spirit. It says, think on your feet. You have this Deer Spirit. It says, bring a gentle touch. So, and also, by the way, also Fox, like, I really feel nothing is going to work how you think it's going to work, So I think the Fox Spirit is saying be flexible. I literally said it during the eclipses last year. We had that Taurus eclipse last year. And I said during that Taurus eclipse that I feel we really need to be super flexible. It's like that Taurus eclipse was all about, if one way to do something doesn't work, then you need to try something else. You need to try another way to get your business to work or your relationship to work or finding love to work or whatever. So don't get stuck doing things one way. You have the Death card, you showing up in a very strong position, Page of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. If you are attracting love, definitely could be an earth sign, like I said. Or I'd say it's a person who has like, it could be like a fire sign with a ton of earth in their chart or something like that. But, what I would say here is that I feel like it's like you're learning something new, is how I feel. The Page of Pentacles is a card of studiousness and learning, but I do feel it's like if you are attracting a person, it could be a Cancer as well, because I just said this to Cancer that and I kind of get similar energy here where it's like it's like they're just different. I don't think they're like not your type necessarily, but I just think there's something different about them where maybe you have to like learn how to be with a person who's like this, whatever that means. I feel like it's a good person. And there will definitely be attraction there. I mean, you have the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles, to me, is the best love card in the deck. It is everything you want and desire to have. It is the tree of life, the Ten of Pentacles. So, people always say, Chris, it's a pentacle card. And I always say, well, guess what? Tarot is meant to be interpreted, and, it doesn't mean just money because it's a pentacle card. Tarot is much more than that. There's a family on this card. They have 2 dogs. There's an old person here. It's like a whole entire, multiple generations. So, you could be meeting a person who really wants to build and leave a legacy. Someone who really wants to kind of have like a very solid commitment. Even going this way, we go to the 7 of Pentacles, to the 5 of Pentacles. Again, with that 5 of Pentacles, I feel like you could be attracting someone where, like I said, it's like they were meant for someone else. I feel like you were meant for someone else and it didn't work out. And now you two are being brought together. It's like you both, I feel like you and this person, it's like, I wouldn't say you passed a test, but it's like because you both did the right thing, you're being brought together. It could be a really good relationship if this is love. You have the death card here, and also if you don't want love, I feel like this clearly, this whole thing right here could be a new connection, but in work. So I feel like for some of you, there could be a new connection in the sense that you're getting a new job or you're connecting to like a new position in work. It's definitely popping into my head. I also feel like saying light at the end of the tunnel here. What I will say is that this right here, this white rose on his banner, his flag, it kind of represents the light in the dark. It kind of represents the light at the end of the tunnel. And, it kind of represents that pinprick of light in the darkness that chases the darkness away. So I feel like in work or career, it's, I'm getting something about like hope here, or, maybe you're feeling more hopeful that things are going to work well for you in work. And you have the 10 of Pentacles, which is amazing for finances. You have the 7 of Pentacles, which would be a change in direction. So, this could be like a new job, for example. And then the 5 of Pentacles and the good stuff would say that you're coming out of lack. So I like this. With the death card, you have the excitement card. Definitely something new to be excited about. I feel like you are excited for new. It's kind of weird. Cancer had a reading that was more about like holding on to the past. For you, I feel very different. It's like there has been, I feel like recently, today is the 16th of June. And so even maybe in the month of June, if you're watching this reading early, maybe you've already had a, kind of like a switch where you're like much more, instead of focusing on the past, maybe you still think about someone from the past from time to time, but I just feel you're much more excited for the future, much more excited to see what's coming in. With the Page of Pentacles, you have this extremism card here. I basically tell everyone to be careful of extremism for the next 20 years. We have Jupiter going into Aries eventually, officially in 2026. Neptune will be moving into Aries. Neptune in Aries is like extremism. I always say that. I think we'll see like new cults. It's kind of like people are looking for a savior. During Neptune and Aries, they're looking for a person to just solve their problems and just tell them what to do. So we have to be like more independent. We have to focus on our own solutions and make sure we don't get swept up by like extreme ideas, With the 10 of Pentacles, you have this defense card. I feel like some of you could be trying to protect your vision of the 10 of Pentacles, whatever that means for you. Again, it could be like you could be trying to defend your vision of having a family and a career, or, trying to defend your vision of like what you want to build in the future. And, that's what I feel like is going on here in a lot of ways. I also feel like, I kind of feel like saying you need to. Like, again, I feel like you need to have hope. Like, didn't I say that? I think I just said that. It's like you need to have hope. And I feel like you need to believe here. The star is a card of like having faith and hope that you can have something. And so I'm not sure, you're all different, but I feel like, if you feel like you've lost hope, or if you feel like there is no hope, I feel like there is hope. Like there's more than hope. There's like something coming in for you where you can have your 10 of Pentacles, but I feel like you need to like believe it. You have this bear card. It says strength, resourcefulness, the whole entire reading, resourcefulness, right? You have this triangle. It says choices, indecision on it. I would pick the new choice, the new path, plain and simple. Page of Pentacles. We're entering into a new world. So, I always tell people it's like, you're better off just picking something new, because we're leaving the old world behind. Anything from the past belongs to the old world. Anything new that you could possibly imagine that you want to create in your life belongs to the new world. It's better to build than it is to try to fix something that's already broken, right? So I feel like we are in a time where we need to build new things. This is the area of the unexpected, if I didn't say that. And I don't really feel, like, I don't think there's something, like, totally amazingly unexpected showing up here, actually. All 3 water signs were very similar. I really didn't feel anything unexpected happening for any of the water signs. What I feel is, like, a little bit unexpected, kind of, but not really, is, like, how quickly your life can change. I don't think, like, this isn't something, like, unexpected clickbait title, blah, 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 that's going on here, right? This is, I feel like this is, like, oh, I have done all this work, and so my life is changing. But, maybe it's just a little surprising how quickly you can change your life, is what I feel like this card is saying. So I feel like you need to realize that. I feel like you need to realize how quickly you can, turn things around. It starts with your vibrations. You have this snake right here on the side of the wheel. The snake represents your vibrations. We want to be at the center of the wheel, because when we're at the center of the wheel, like, good things and bad things will always happen. But when you're at the center of the wheel of fortune, the wheels are spinning around you, but you can see the good things and bad things as they are happening, so you can better take control of your life. Each one of those signs there, Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, and Leo, they have a book in their hand. So It can represent educating yourself through success. So like learning, coming up with new ways of doing things. That's how you can become very successful much faster with the Wheel of Fortune. So I do feel like there's quick success here. You have the Seven of Pentacles, which is like a change in direction. The Wheel of Fortune obviously can represent a change in direction. It spins both ways, you control the wheel, but, I feel like some of you could be looking at everything you've done. He's looking at those Seven Pentacles and saying, is the juice worth the squeeze? Was it worth it for me to put all this work into building these Seven Pentacles, or is there something else? So I feel like there is a big change. And I also feel with the Queen of Pentacles that clearly you have the resources necessary to make a change. She's focusing on that pentacle. She's not focusing on this rabbit right here. This rabbit represents like fears, anxiety. She's just focusing on the pentacle. She's not worried about what she doesn't have. She's only focusing on what she does have, and she makes whatever she needs to make work. She makes it work. And, I feel like you could be kind of like in that position, and that's what's going to make you more successful. And with the Queen of Pentacles, you have this acquisition card. It's like my fancy couple card. These two, they look so fancy, right? It could be a Taurus coming in for you, but, it could be any sign. Take it how it resonates. But I definitely feel that you are, look, two snakes up here, snake, snake. So I feel like you are attracting someone who is of equal vibration, someone who has been through a transition or transformation and is just like you, So I feel like you are kind of really aligning with this person right here as well. It's like you've both been left out in the cold, Again, I don't recommend talking about your exes with a person. I think it's always a bad idea, right? But what I would say here is, again, if I feel like maybe the two of you will share things where it's like you realize that your stories are very similar. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Birth card. I would be careful. This could be a Cancer. You have very similar cards to Cancer. So it could be, and this is Venus and Cancer, by the way, this card. So what I would say here is that for some of you, you could be attracting a person who has Venus and Cancer, number one. Number two, it could be a Cancer. Number three, I would be careful getting pregnant if you don't want to get pregnant. Cancer, I said the same thing to Cancer. So, wrap it before you tap it. Do whatever you got to do, right, Scorpio? But I would be careful because it seems to be a very fertile energy. Obviously, if you're trying to get pregnant, go for it. Obviously, if you're too old to get pregnant, this message isn't for you. Take what resonates and throw out the rest. I always get like some 70-year-old lady saying, I can't get pregnant. Good. Then you have nothing to worry about, right? You don't have to worry about it. Plain and simple. With the Wheel of Fortune, you have the control card. You are taking control of the wheel. It makes perfect sense to me. Because again, I really feel the Wheel of Fortune is a card of control. That's what people don't realize. There's actually only two cards of like true control in the tarot. The Chariot and the Strength card. Chariot, hard control. Strength card is soft control. The Wheel of Fortune is a card of control though, kind of, and so is the Emperor, but the Wheel of Fortune kind of, because we can control the direction of our destiny by, again, being at the center of the wheel, as I already said. So there's kind of like some sort of victory coming in for you here with the control card. It kind of looks like the World card there, So I always think of this card as kind of like a, something successful or, something good happening for you with this energy. So, I kind of feel like there's like an achievement is the word that I'm looking for. Finally, for the good stuff, you have this To Be Fair card and this A Change in the Wind card. It's like, I kind of said this earlier, I don't remember what I was trying to say, but with that excitement card, it's almost like you notice a change. Remember I said, it's like, I feel like you're noticing this in the month of June, where maybe you're feeling more positive, more excited, and I kind of I feel like that's what the change is. I also feel like you feel the universe is more on your side with that To Be Fair card, so it looks to me like it's going to be a good quarter. Again, this is the good stuff, so it doesn't matter what shows up here. It's going to be good no matter what. You have the Five of Pentacles, the Four of Swords, and the Nine of Cups. Five of Pentacles, is a card of, feeling left out in the cold, but again, showing up in the good stuff. So I feel you are coming out of the cold. I feel like you are feeling, abundant, like the universe is taking care of you, like the universe is helping you. And again, I really feel, I've been saying this to you for months. I've been getting this message that you are, I'm telling you right now, it might not be true for all of you, obviously general reading, but I feel some of you are attracting a person. It's like, again, they were meant for someone else. It's almost like it was like, I don't know that I necessarily believe that we have like these contracts where you're like, oh, before we come to Earth, like, oh, you have to marry this person over here, blah, blah, blah. I think it's much more open than that. I think we create our own reality, so we can marry whoever the hell we want. But, it's almost as if You are attracting a person who is meant for someone else. You were meant for someone else, and it's like you're each other's gift because those two people screwed up, right? And I've definitely said this to you before, so it's like a repeating message. Definitely could be an earth sign. It would not surprise me. I feel like every single reading I do for you, it's an earth sign, so there you go. But, take it how it resonates. I'm reading for a billion of you. It could be anything. You have this Four of Swords here. It's like you're finally getting the recovery you need. I feel like you feel recovered, rested. Like you seem much more rested to me here in the entire reading. So, you could just be getting to a period where you're able to take a rest or a break, or you're just getting like a breather and you're resting so you feel recovered. You have the Nine of Cups here. So definitely like wish fulfillment or a wish coming in for you. I also feel like there could be some happiness, with this Nine of Cups. It's like you've been hoping for something and now you are getting it in your life. So I kind of feel that. It looks really, really good. Again, having this bottom row is dope. I mean, Star, Ten of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, and the Nine of Cups. You have the Exaltation card, the Control card. I mean, this looks to me like a big achievement or you getting something you've been hoping for. With the Five of Pentacles, I don't even want to say it. You have this Convention card. I hate this card right now. I do not like Convention at this time. Well, actually, right now, it's okay because Pluto's retrograding back into Capricorn, but I would be my whole thing with Pluto retrograding back into Capricorn is I would be careful of getting stuck in the old world. Old things, getting stuck with old ideas and things like that. So convention is the way things have always been done. And it's like the best way you can get stuck is to just keep doing the same thing. It is showing up in the good stuff, so I'm not too worried about it, but just something to think about. Yeah, here you go. With the Four Swords, you have innovation. Innovation is being rewarded right now. This is why I always encourage people to do new things, like I already said, because, all the abundance, all the good things are going to come from new ideas. And I think what people don't realize is that, like, these new ideas, they don't have to be new. It could just be your twist on an idea. Maybe you have an idea to share some information or knowledge about the world, about whatever you're passionate about, and it's like your unique experience, even though it's an old idea, but adding your unique experience, that could be the innovation. So it's like if you want to write a book, if you want to start a YouTube channel, if you want to share ideas with people you care about, whatever, it's like now is the time to innovate, come up with new ideas. Those things are going to be rewarded by times a billion. With the Nine of Cups, you have this assertion card. Yeah, I do feel, if you're attracting love, I feel like it could be an Aries, by the way, or it could be a person who has Aries in their chart here. So, it could be like Jupiter or Venus in Aries or something like that if we're talking about love. But what I would say is that I feel like you could be attracting a very assertive person. I also feel like you're feeling more assertive. Like, I feel like it's more like confidence. I feel like you feel like you can actually go towards things that you wish for, Nine of Cups, and actually get them. It's like you're much more, I don't know if you're more confident in your your abilities, or if you're just more confident that things are going to work because, you have the resources or whatever the case may be. We're going to pull 5 main themes now. You have this constancy card. Everybody gets these cards of like round around type energy. Constancy is constant. It, represents something that is the same in your life. And I feel like you are trying to get away from things being the same, or from things always being the same in your life. It's like you're trying to mix it up. I feel like you're looking for adventure. You're looking for more excitement in life, and, all that other good stuff as well. So let's see. Next, you have the Sweetheart card, definitely attracting a very sweet person, I feel here. Again, I don't know, this person's interesting to me. I'd be careful of a past creepy person who's trying to be sweet. I don't know, I have this story just popping into my head this entire time and I tried to get away from it, but I just can't, It's like, again, I don't know how to describe this type of person, but it's almost like they came off as one way, but they're not what they say they were. So again, I feel like you're attracting a person who's very sweet, but I also feel like they're very, but it's like they're not too sweet, they're not like too nice or anything like that. I feel like they're very transparent. Maybe that's a better way to put it. Like if you're attracting a new person, I feel like they are sweet. They remind you of a past person that was creepy, but I feel like they're extremely transparent. It's like they are who they are. So I don't know. There's like some sort of blockage there. We might come back to that. You have this surprise card. This guy's like pulling up a bag of money there, so definitely could be pleasant surprises in your finances, I feel. You have this House card. Everybody's had like these cards of moving. I do feel like over Uranus and Taurus. Uranus and Taurus has a very strong desire for freedom. I said it at the beginning of Uranus and Taurus that I thought a lot of people would probably move during Uranus and Taurus, because if you're living somewhere where you feel restricted or like you can't make changes, then you're probably going to move. And, again, I feel that for a lot of you. And finally here, you have this card that says messenger on it. There definitely could be communication. She's holding like a letter in her hand. So you could be communicating with a person, or maybe you need to communicate with a person here. Can we clarify what is the blockage here with the sweetheart thing? Yeah, faithfulness. So maybe I feel like this person that you're attracting, new person, if you want love, which could be this quarter, by the way. I feel like they're very faithful. Maybe the past person wasn't faithful. And so I feel like this person is very loyal. But this is a very good reading here, Scorpio. I love where this is going. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your quarter.